they have a complete line of, well, they have resident and non-resident NFEDs, and they've got NFEDs buttons that you can put 5,000 watts into, and also they're non-resident. There's on the page there, it tells you the lengths of wire you could use on this. It'll cover 6 to 160, and you can run up to almost 300 feet of wire on these things. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, that would be for a non-resident antenna, and if you use a non-resident, say, different from a half wavelength, like you use on a 49 to 1 or a 64 to 1, what you'd be using is a 9 to 1 transformer there, Dave. And if you use a 9 to 1 transformer, you better have a good radio system there. It will work on a non-resident wire there, and you'll get a signal out there. But I think a much better idea is to stick with a resonant half wavelength on the band to your lowest band of interest, say 80 meters, and you'll get the harmonics. You'll get 40 the harmonics on 40, 20, and right on up to 10 meters there, and it's much more efficient. You can change your transformer out. You can go from a 43 mix. I think the 61 mix is a bit more efficient on different bands. I'd have to go back and look at that. My friend Steve, AC1DR, who's down there in Vermont, there middle of Vermont, he winds these things up. In fact, the one I'm using here is one he built, and he knows how the ratios should work there. But all that stuff is online there, Dave, if you want to look it up.
Hey, Dennis, you just answered a lot of questions for me there, right there. So, all right, my piquing interest of the non-resident Palomar stuff is just, sounds like I'm not going to bother. It's too bad that nobody's got a half-wave 160 meter NFED. You know, there's a few.
Well, you could build one. All you need is a resonant half wavelength to wire out there for 160, and any good transformer will, with 43 to 1 or 61 mixer, should do the job there, Dave. The main thing is to get the winding on you want. Sometimes 64 to 1 works better, and sometimes 49 to 1 works better. But the main thing is, if you want to go up on the higher bands, is you have to have that capacitor across there. You know, what's it got to be good for what, a kV or something? Capacitors across there, then you'll resonate up on the harmonics, up on the higher bands. But you can do 160 as long as you get enough wire out there.
Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. I like the NFED wire because it's so easy to install. You know, even the way that, even when I get this thing on the tower, it's going to be the same thing. It's fed on the tower end. It's so simple. And for me, it works. So, yeah. I had something else I was going to say, Dennis, but it's not there now. Go ahead, Wayne, jump in there.
Are you there, Wayne, or did you make the trip?
No, I'm here. I just switched over because the little light come on and it says antenna number 3, time to turn on, so now I'm on the paint pole.
Still 20 over.
What color we painting today?
You don't want to give up, eh?
Yeah, man, you're making fun of the because I'm
like them. I don't want things to change, and you know, they used to talk about the quality of the audio. You know, that AM was higher quality, and you know, they were really resistant to.
To send us over some chocolate?
So I even had a little chocolate taffy there. Good morning, John. I hope my signal's back up. I think I zeroed you in. Over.
Yeah. Let me tell you a little trick about that that antenna setup you got. Which rotator do you have, Tom? Over.
I have the tail twister over.
All right. In your tail twister, you have a needle that points to a compass direction, correct? And that compass direction is the direction of your long periodic 20 through 10 meter antenna. Am I correct so far?
Yes, you are. That's correct.
All right. Here's what you do. All you got to do is look at that needle, and if you're on 40 meters, look at it and say, that's my dipole. And you know, because you're a ham, that a dipole radiates from the center. In other words, if it's a straight line pointing north, it's beaming east. So just remember, your rotor works for both antennas. It's pointing in the direction you want to transmit for your long periodic, and it's pointing, it's representing a picture of your dipole rotating above the house. If it's a 40-meter signal, and you're switched to the 40-meter antenna, all you got to do is look at that thing and say, okay, it's the antenna is going from north to south. That means it's beaming east. You know that because you're a ham, right?
Yeah, that is a good tip, John. I'll remember that. That's a good tip. I do get confused with that rotatable dipole, thinking it's looking the same way my log is. But yeah, you're correct. And old age has something to do with it, I'm sure, because I don't think I used to do that. But that's a good tip, John. Thank you.
Yeah, it's one of those. I had to teach myself that lesson years ago when I had a 20-meter Yagi, and I had a 90-degree shift on a Force 12 rotatable 40. And I just said, well, the easiest way to think about that is it's pointing in the direction of gain for the long periodic, but it's representing what the dipole actually is looking like on the map. And Europe is northeast, and John is northeast. So I want to be pointing either northwest or southeast with the pointer. It don't matter whichever one you happen to be close to. Dipole was bidirectional, so it's just a picture of your antenna rotating around up there, and radiation is at right angles to it. It's just so simple. That works so much better for me, and I've done it rather than try to do any other kind of calculating about it. Anyway, yeah, Mike, I got your message. Oh my goodness. So let me say this about 40-meter DX. I can get very excited about VKs, and the reason is that about 3 years ago, Matt, KC1XX, and Peter, T3 Zulu Mike, and myself, we got on 40 every single morning. And at that time, Optibeam was new, and it was working well. Peter didn't have his Polsky yet, his SPX. He had whatever it's called. He had a GSP or whatever it is. He had the old like high gain or whatever it was. It was a shorty 40. It wasn't quite as good as an Optibeam or a GXP or whatever he called it. But Mike, we got in every single morning. Matt was feeling like having some fun. He had to go get his airplane in the Dominican Republic, but meanwhile he couldn't work. COVID was bad. So we got in every single morning, right around 7150, 7153, somewhere in there. And we called CQDXVK, and we developed a list of VKs that we'd work every single morning. I still have them on the wall here. There's about 30 on the list, and then about 10 or 12 of those guys would show up every day. And after we worked all the regulars, and I can still tell you who they are, all their names are up here, and we'd work about 10, 12, 15 stations, maybe 20. And then Matt would just go ahead and work a whole other layer, because he had 4/4 on 40 meters. And that showed me that, the value of a real antenna system. Optibeam is obviously a very good 40-meter antenna, but it gives you some real humility. When he works, one morning I remember in particular, we had really good propagation, and Peter and I worked about 20 stations with Matt, and he went on to work another 45 stations in VK before he signed. He worked 64, 65 stations. We worked 20. And he gave us a chance on every single station, and we couldn't. They were either inaudible or too weak to copy. Just no way. So always remember that big antennas, they make that much difference. They really do, and it's all relative. And Tom, you've got a reasonably good antenna. Mike has a little better one. I have one that's reasonable right now, and it will get to be as good as Mike's again. But even location, like PE has a great location usually. But if you're in New Hampshire with 4/4 at good heights, full-size monobanders, you can hear things that I can't even hear and give them 5.9 reports. Over to you, Mike. WA30 VY2. That's why I can't get too excited about working VKs here on this band. WA30 VY2 WW.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I remember when you and the gang used to be in there with Matt, and Matt was the beacon for sure. Well, we must have a lot of low angle because I switched from the NFED to the OptiBeam, and there's a big difference here. Let me switch real quick. Okay, that's the NFED. Hello, NFED, NFED, NFED. Hello, NFED. And beam. So that's the difference between the two antennas, big difference. And how's my signal and how's Tom's signal now that he is actually pointed in your direction? Back to you, Tom, real quick. VY2 Whiskey WA30.
VY2 Whiskey WA30 WB8WJU. You had enough QSO there to get a comparison, John, over?
Yep, I can see it. You're 12 dB over. Mike is 18 dB over. Exactly. Like 5 to 6 dB difference there. That's what I'm seeing, Tom. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I saw a big difference on when he switched back and forth to me. He's full scale with the beam, and the NFED is probably he's not quite there, but there is a difference. So there's some front to back. That thing is working.
Yeah, hang on a second. There might have been a DX station. Is there a DX station? Somebody trying to get in there?
One, but one is a whole lot better than almost anything else you can put up that isn't gain. I think you're probably competitive now on 40 for almost everything, so that's a good thing. And your LPA is working really well from what I've seen for 20 through 10. At least on 20, I heard you really loud. Excellent antenna. Yeah, not surprised. They can be pretty good. Anyway, yeah, that was you remember that, Mike. I didn't know if you were listening back in those days. I don't think you had much of an antenna up on. I think you had Moxon, but it wasn't pointing to the right direction to work Australia in the morning. We were doing all this stuff pretty much short path, like west, basically westerly, But yeah, a real antenna like that is amazing. It's eye-opening. And the other station that does that is Jeff, especially when he was here on the island with that array he had for 160. I would sometimes in a contest when I wasn't having much of an effort, I would sit beside Jeff and listen on the frequency to who he could hear in Europe on that 160 antenna compared to who I was hearing, and it was unbelievable. I mean, a whole like.
I'm on that KLM. That's sitting there. Yep. 35 over. Dang, that's pretty good. Yeah. About 25 over here in Missouri too. Oh wow, yeah, you're on the side of the beam, I guess, in Missouri. I got it pointed northwest it is. I'm also pumping out a full legal limit here.
Yeah, you're good here.
Yeah, he just hit 40 over that time. 40 over here, sir. Wow.
Hey, Tony.
You in Georgia? No, I'm in South Carolina.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah, Bob.
Bill.
Yeah, you're 20 over here in New York. Just turn the radio on, KC4CYO.
Oh, cool. Yep, you're sounding good down here too, Bill.
Hey, Bill. Hey, good morning there, Len. Dude's in there, and Frank, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Uncle Bill.
Good morning.
Morning, Bill.
Good morning.
We're starting off here at 62 degrees already.
Dang, you're warmer than me, man. I'm only at 37 down here.
Yeah, we're going to be up in the 80s here today.
We got 48.
51 here today right now, but it's 60 down at my other residence, but it's a little bit cooler up here. It'll change.
Oh, the warm air finally made it north.
120, W0NTE.
Okay, C4CYO.
KL4ZB. KA1WJ.
W3UX.
Boys, Eddie.
Morning, Lynn. Good morning.
Oh, Johnny X.
Oh, boy, Tony, man, 25 over. You're loud today, and so is Lynn.
Tony's got that big KLM working.
Yeah, it's working good, man.
Needed for 3 kids down here anyway, so yeah, it worked out well, over.
And very quickly, I might add, I guess you gotta buy, you never know in this all-over market whether it's gonna go down and then spike up again. I guess
Down around lower than 20% humidity, I think they automatically put that message on, over.
Okay, that could be it, yeah, because I did see that they mentioned, windy and very low humidity, but I don't know. And with everything being...
Gaines, let's see Gaines. N8FSD, no Gaines and Jim will usually let us know when he gets in here. WA0JIM, are you there, Jim? Okay, fine. We're gonna go down to Georgia Jim. There we go. I know he's there. W4UCK.
Yeah, roger that. That makes good sense. Anyway, so I heard you say in that email that Ken was in the hospital. He had a colon leak or something?
Yeah, he had some kind of colon bleed. We don't know much about it. First, they couldn't figure out what was going on. And then that is probably the pollen. No weather in our neighborhood. I see those storms down in central Florida and South Florida, but nothing much going on up here. Skies above are in good shape. The solar flux keeps rising slightly. We're up to 143. The K index is at 2 right now, so it might ought to be a good day. And
Oh, Roger. Yeah, just sitting here getting ready to get up and get me a cup of coffee, get my some little odd ends done. I'm kind of off from work for the time being. I drive a school bus part-time and kind of enjoying what he had a scooter for this break here for sure. But other than that, just want to come in and say good morning to all and let you know I'm doing pretty well out there for sure. From W8DMX.
I didn't know that. You drive a school bus? Go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of just got tired sitting around the shack there, Joe, and just figured I'd find me something to keep me occupied for part-time there, over.
Man, God bless you, because you deserve, believe me, God will bless you. That has got to be one of the most difficult. I mean, you really talk about extra credit. You deserve it. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it. I don't have no problem with the students, nothing like that. Majority of the little people and stuff, small kids and stuff like that there, but no problem with them. Just when they get on the bus, they going right straight to sleep.
Yeah, holy moly. Good for you. I did not know that's what you did. That's a tough one. That's like, there are 2 jobs in life, a substitute teacher and a school bus driver. Believe me, those 2 people get extra credit. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, definitely. My wife, she's been doing it for 25 years, and I just don't know how she do it, but she does it with no problem, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. All right, go have your coffee. You made it in. That's great. Jim, learning all this new stuff this morning. This is WBJJKJ. It's the 22 crew. It's the Classroom Net. It's real New York talk. It's live from the core of the Big Apple. Let's go check-ins. Check-ins. Any check-ins for the Classroom Net? Let's go.
he's got a big, Indian radio, a non. He has a non-87000 or something, yeah, and, he runs some power, I'm sure.
I'm pushed in, not Wilson.
Yeah. Oh, morning. Right. Whiskey Bravo 8, Whiskey Juliet uniform. Tom, I've got you. You're over. You're about the strongest one out of all of them at the moment. You're really good signal. You're just about beating Mike. Only just though. You're just, you're about 15 over. So Mike's about 10 over. There's not much in it, but you're coming through without a problem, Tom. I wonder what antenna you're running over.
Yeah, I'm running the rotatable dipole that Mike was describing. He built this for me out of another antenna that he had, and he salvaged to make two parts out of it. And he was kind enough to let me have enough to make a rotatable dipole here for 40, and it's been very good for me last over.
Yeah, okay. Someone's tuning up on here. But anyway, they'll go away, I hope. You're well above it. Right, I did the same here with a couple of guys who had sort of newish to the hobby. And I said, look, there's a 3-element beam on the floor there. I said, just set the driven element off and give it a go. And it was a 3-element tri-bander. So one of them took it off, put it up, and he worked absolutely beautiful with it. He was getting good signal reports and everything. So then the other one said, oh, can I have the other bit? And I said, yeah, no problem. Explained to him how to do it.
I have no idea.
So, I want to give you a call on the phone and see how that went. But how you got in and out, that's great there. We're really thankful for that. Thank the good Lord for that. Mike, Rich there says 46 going to 78. They're there early putting the new roof on his house. The air quality is good. The winds are calm. 79% humidity. Interesting. Okay, very good. And the frequency is a little more noisy than it was yesterday. But anyway, signals aren't coming on through. Lee, let me turn it back to you, and certainly thank you very much for picking up the void there when Dave left. This is K1RMA, Woodbury, Connecticut. Morning, Lee. Righty, Don, very good. Okay, fine. Whatever to the dark side with all that meteor stuff, man, I don't know. It's got to be fun, I guess. We will see. Let's see if Uncle Joe got in today. N1NTE, 3 VUX, you there, Joe? I'm not hearing Joe. Okay, fine. Let's go down to Bill. Bill, I heard you this morning briefly there at WA2ILY. K3 VUX. Did you get into Rotten Apples over?
Yeah, K3 VUX WA2ILY. Yeah, I did make it in there, Lee. Michael hears me well, but Peter not so much. Anyway, good morning to all, and welcome to South Korea. We have cloudy skies this morning. Starting out at 57 degrees, going up to 78 this afternoon. Winds from the west 8 miles an hour and gusting to 24 miles an hour. Visibility 21 miles, and sunrise this morning 6:16, and sunset at 7:29 this afternoon. Looks like it's going to be a great day. Back to you, WA2ILY.
You say your high temperature day is going to be 78 degrees. Is that correct, Bill?
Roger.
That's 5 degrees. We're only going to get to 73 today. And the deal here is with the wind coming across the peninsula like it does here from the Gulf to the ocean, it usually feels like 10 degrees less than it really is. So it's going to be a cool day here, Bill. Over.
Yeah, well, going to be a nice warm day here, so come on down.
Yeah, we're up. One direction or the other, whatever. Okay, fine. Well, that's good. Alrighty, let's go down and see if I don't think Steve made it in today. I think he's a weekend guy, but let's find out. N2YLO, K3, VOX, are you there, Steve?
He's a weekend guy.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I don't think I missed anybody there. Let's just try a couple other ones. Let's try, he asked me to check for Steve. I think it was a Kilo 1 Foxtrot Charlie, FC. K1 FC, are you there, sir? Good morning, Lee. Good morning, Gaines. You got up. There you go.
Beam just still copying there.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Boy, this thing turns slowly like I walk.
I don't walk slowly.
W0 Zulu Victor. This is WATJT. Do you have a copy? Okay, what's the name there, please? You say it was Rollin, Missouri?
Of course, why is that? Had a few bats in your belfry.
You're Dennis, Steve. I'm a little sick when it comes to weather. Roger.
Yeah. I got a new air conditioner put in last winter. In fact, today they're coming out and make sure it's working. And the new furnace, so the furnace well. And I hope the air conditioner does also. Anyways, nice to meet you, John. So hope to hear
Radio service. Once again, I am Jim, Japan India Mike, located in Hudson, New Hampshire. My call is Kilo Alpha 1 Mike Quebec, and I'm looking for check-ins for East Coast.
W2ZZA Mobile.
November Alpha 1 X-ray.
Whiskey Bravo 3, Italy, Quebec, Juliet.
Juliet, Uniform Foxtrot.
Okay, I got quite a list there. I'm not sure that I got them all. I got a mobile station. I got ABC. I got Joe, ending in X, IQJ, and 4 Foxtrot. Was there another station?
Kilo Charlie 8, Sierra Delta Lima.
SDL, we got Rob. Anyone else?
Juliet, Uniform Foxtrot.
Okay, we got Juliet, Uniform Foxtrot. All right, let's run this list. We got a mobile station out there. You get to go first. This is K1MQ, the mobile station. Go.
Good morning, W2ZZ America Mobile. Name is Dave. Don't know the e-car number right now because I'm mobile, but I'm sure you can find it real quick. Just on the way to the office for the second last day until my semi-retirement next week when I start 2 days a week. After 47 years of continuous employment. Back to you.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, Dave. Congratulations on your longevity. That does not happen very often. Your e-car's number is 20734, by the way. But we don't expect you to remember it nor be able to recite it while you're driving down the road. I know that you're just going to work. You said, what is this? Next to the last day or the third to the last day?
Next to the last day, just have to work today and tomorrow, and then back to the office 2 days a week, part-time, because filling a position of an electrical engineer in today's environment is next to impossible. It took them 6 months to find me over a year ago.
Joel and Macrolani, gee, I know a couple of guys, most of the guys that I know have retired. Everybody's my age, so you know most of the guys are getting out. I have to think about that, but I'll keep that thought in mind. And if I find anybody who's looking at it as an EE, we'll pass along this. I'm sure they can figure out where what company you work for from that. Over.
Yeah, Roger, it's no secret. I'm with Parker Hannafin. It's a world company, 60,000 employees in 55 locations worldwide. And we make a variety of products. But electrical engineers these days with any that have any kind of skill are difficult to find, and they're going to be hurting if I leave completely.
No, roger that. Well, my electrical engineering skills are way dated. I will admit that. I got an electrical engineering degree, but I never actually really used it for much of anything. I did some RFI work, for FCC compliance testing, but other than that, nope. I transitioned over to software and kind of been doing that since. All right, Dave, up until I retired. I'm not doing anything now. All right, Dave, we'll talk to you again soon, I hope, and congratulations on the retirement, and we sure look forward to hearing you much more often now. 7-3.
7-3. Good luck.
All righty, that was Dave, W2ZZA. Dave in Chautauqua, New York, 20734 on the lifetime roster, about 375 miles from here. Next on the list is Ari. Ari, what's going on the other side of the river? It wasn't ABC. Could have sworn it was. Okay, no. Joe, you're up next. That's right.
Good morning to you, Jim. Nice to hear you. K1MQ, this is N1NTE. The name is Joe, and I'm located in Agawam, Massachusetts. Have an E-Cars number of 10099. We got 62 degrees already. Back to you, Jim.
Alrighty, I don't know what it is. It says 58 here, but and mostly sunny. I don't know. When I woke up this morning, it was high cirrus clouds, so I haven't really looked out the window. I had to hurry up and do all my morning chores, get showered and etc. because I have an oral surgery appointment first thing this morning to have a little skin graft performed. Take a little skin from the roof of my mouth and put it on my two front teeth and see if we can make sure that we don't lose my two front teeth. So I'm not talking like the little kid, all I want for Christmas is my two front teeth.
Roger on that. Well, I wish you lots of luck with that. I hope you have a good day. Sounds like you got a lot of check-ins coming. And I'll say 7-3 to you. Wife just called for breakfast. I'm going to go down and have some. 7-3. And A1X will be clear.
Alrighty. Enjoy your breakfast. I'm sure you will. And, boy, that's great. Have breakfast all made now. And, well, my wife brought me fat pills to make me fatter, I think. Not that I need that. Anyhow, Joe, you take care. That's N1NTE, Joe, down in Agawam, Massachusetts, 10099 on the roster. About 75 miles from here. And Joe is an off-time check-in here in the morning, and he is the guy who is my bellwether for whether or not the band is long or short. And beautiful signal he has this morning says it's got some short conditions there. Next is IQJ, Don, and he's over there in Thompsontown, Pennsylvania. And he's usually my judge of whether or not the band is open anywhere.
Yeah, good morning, Jim and everybody. I got you guys all beat temperature-wise. It's 64 degrees here in central PA. Got all the grass mowed yesterday, so my brother and myself and a couple other guys are going to go chase that little white ball all over the place this morning. I'm kind of looking forward to getting out and taking my frustrations out on something other than the people around me. So anyhow, nice signal as always, Jim. And looks like it's going to be a great day. And I'm on vacation this week, so I can kind of catch up on all that stuff that's been lagging behind. So anyhow, but the first order of business is to go smack the little white ball around. So I trust you're going to have a great day. I know I am. And yeah, make sure you hang on to those two front teeth or you won't be able to whistle. And you certainly don't want to lose that skill. K1MQ, WB3IQJ, back to you.
Roger that. Well, that's the only skill that I really have that, and the only way that my YL says I can carry a tune is by whistling. So there you go. If I can't do that, well, I guess the two front teeth won't matter. But we've been fighting this battle of them trying to fall out for some time, and hopefully we got it all nailed down. Well, once again, all nailed down. This is a second skin graft for that. And, I don't know. Getting old as hell. I guess that's the way it is. Don 7-3, have a great weekend. Last week was a busy week for you. Congratulations. Great on being on vacation this week. And then next week will be a lot slower. 7-3, Don.
Yeah, 7-3, Jim. And as far as getting old, I had a lady one time in a wheelchair tell me in a nursing home, the only thing golden about these years is your urine, so just remember that. WB3IQJ, I'm clear.
There you go. That's true. That's very true. That's Don. He is WB3IQJ, Thompsontown, Pennsylvania, 30637 on the lifetime roster. About 350 miles from here. Next on the list was 4 Foxtrot. 4 Foxtrot, go. My ears must be tin this morning. Rob, SDL, how's the Hot Water 101 project going?
Good morning, K1MQ from Kilo, Charlie 8, Delta Lima. A balmy 57 degrees outside of my house. I don't have good news, I got excellent news, Mr. Jim. We're having a radio club meeting tonight, and the guy who's going to work on it, he called me and says, Robbie, bring it to the meeting. Put it in my truck. Bring your radio, your power supply, and it's going to get worked on right now. So I'm really happy about that. Over.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's absolutely great. Boy, it's good to have guys in a radio club like that. Over.
Yeah, sure. So the call is WBA-IQ Gary Peterson. He's a really good ham. Learned ham radio in the military, and he's an excellent CW guy. He's 81, but he's a heck of a guy. He said, yep. We're going to get it going. He's also going to take that goofy RCA jack out of the back there, because I was doing field day one year, and all of a sudden my radio quit working. I looked behind my radio, and that RCA jack to UHF jack was partly out. Not good, but he's going to replace it with a SOC39, which is a common modification. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, Jim. But by the way, you are 5'8", 5758, good copy there. How about me? Over.
Good solid 5'9" to hear up. Great sounding signal. Good to hear you. And real good about the Hot Water 101. I thought that on the transfer output, those had a TL259. Must be mistaken. Because I don't have any here as a sample. I know that the amplifiers tend to have that stupid RCA jack in the back. And that is one of the first modifications I make. All right, very good.
My rain gauge in here does not have raindrops on it anymore, which is good. We're not supposed to get rain till tomorrow, and that's only 3 or 4%, so we won't worry about that. It's supposed to get up to 76 degrees today. That'll be nice. And let's see, I said I got to go to chiropractor this morning, and I have to take Pat for her physical therapy. So that'll leave the afternoon. I can go up and cut. I got one little tree. It's nothing but a piece of brush. It's in the way of my 20-meter dipole walking.
don't want to talk to me, Bob.
Wait, Tom. TV4 Whiskey Mike. This is Kill 19 Yankee X-ray for the Navy Net. I'm taking pre-net check-ins. Pre-net check-ins come now. This is
39 is the female version. The PL-259 is the male side, and I know that, and I sometimes use them interchangeably. And
always nice to, everybody's got a different attitude now that this winter broke.
Yeah, same here. I got to start thinking about cutting grass and getting some things done outside.
Well, this year I'm ahead of the game. I bought a new zero turn last year, and I got it serviced and oil change and filter. Got the
Do not have any foot warmers with it. Trying to get the local temperature up here right now, and the machinery is slow. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you, we've got a homebrew dipole system, 16 foot, and it's 4 inches or so total length. Redwood RG 8-inch. It works. Okay, let's see what we got here now. I have 54. They tell me 55, and they got a fire watch on. That means a lower humidity. And as a result, they're afraid of having fires around. Can I tell you? All right, Rob. Well, my name is Bob Buster Old Bottles, and we are here usually from 7 o'clock in the morning till 8. And don't be bashful. You're around the...
Local to me, and it's, you know, there seems to be more and more Connecticut stations checking in, which is great to have as well. We've got 62 degrees here this morning. It's slightly overcast. The sun is burning is burning through the overcast. We'll see what the temperature goes. I've got a bunch of work like everybody else to do outside. I've had some pallets stacked outside my deck and so forth, and I've got to clean all that mess up because hopefully we're finished with the cold weather, but God only knows. But anyway, I'll say 73 is tall, and it's certainly good to hear the stations on this morning. With that, this is K1RMA, Woodbury, Connecticut. Back over to you, Lee.
You're 30 over, Don.
What's going on with the bear? What's the bear report, over?
The bear report is 0, and we don't even want to mention that, Lee. we definitely don't want him back. Anytime I do have to go outside at night, believe me, I'm extremely cautious.
That's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. You know, as I told you, I was looking up one time. You know, I saw some stories about bears on YouTube, and I saw some stories about gorillas. And I wondered who in a bear and a gorilla fight, who won. You know, and it's the bear every single time. Did you know that?
Oh, I can imagine that. Along the Pennsylvania, well, no, not the Pennsylvania Pike, where Route 84 crosses over from New York State to Pennsylvania. There's a Pennsylvania, shall we say, state-run rest stop, and they've got a black bear there that's stuffed and everything, and it was one of a record-taking bear. It was over 500 pounds, and just to see the claws on that thing and the teeth on it and how big it was, man, I'll tell you, that is scary. Go ahead.
Yeah, but when you look at a gorilla, how strong gorillas are, what they can do to people, I mean, it's just incredible. But the bear deals with them. They say the bear wins every time. So I'd be careful around the bear. I was just curious how you're making out with that. Glad he's staying away. That's a good thing. You have a good day, Don, okay?
Oh, I shall. I definitely shall. God so far has been very, very good to me. We'll see you.
Okay, brother. Okay, fine. How about Uncle Joe? Are you there this morning, Joe? N1NTE, VOX. No, Joe, he's sleeping in, I guess. Okay, what about, let's see, let's get down to Bill, WA2ILY, K3, VOX. Mr. Bill, WA2ILY, you still there, Bill?
Still here, Lee. Just kind of dozing off here. Everybody have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow. WA2ILY.
All right, Bill. Okay, fine. Boy, it's getting tough copy down here. It really is. Okay, you take care, and good to hear you this morning, my friend. All righty, let's go down to Steve. N2YLO, are you there, Steve? I think Steve's not there this morning. Okay, fine. And Mark was in, but I think Mark's one and done. I think he was done. He said he was one and done. KC9NKI, you still there, Mark? All right.
All that, just a half a mile away, there can be big differences. Efficiency of antennas and terrain and angles and all that crazy stuff. So I guess it's maybe time to go to 20. Do you want to try 20? I think Tom might be losing you a little bit. I hear you still fine, but I don't know. Do we want to run to 20?
Yeah, you're 15 over. Let's go to 20.
All right. Maybe around 155, 14155 or something like that. We'll look around. Tom, we're going to head to 20s. Make sure you switch to your log.
Yeah, I got it.
You really need an LB100 because that thing would let you know, if you were on the wrong antenna, it would feedback you. We can set it up. And, it's a little bit pricey, but I think it would save a headache. I really do. Up QSY to 20, John and Tom.
All right.
FL was not mobile, so what we're going to do is go back up to the top of the list, going to pick up Leroy, and then we'll pick up F question mark L. N1FGN, Leroy, how you doing?
KA1MQ, good morning, Jim. This is Leroy up in West Suffield, Connecticut. You are almost at 20 over 9 there this morning, Jim. Over.
Now, I didn't glance at the SBR because I was busy filling out the log, but we'll take another glance and see how much above S9 you are. Beautiful starting of the day today, and I think it's going to be a nice day all day. Over.
QSL, I have 62, the same as what Joe said he had. Over.
Yeah, yep, and I don't know what it is here. Well, the weather on the computer says it is 59 degrees, so it's getting warmer out there every minute, and it's starting to feel good. Over.
Okay, yes, it sure is, Jim. I'm waiting for it. I am ready. So you have a great day, and thanks for picking me up, Jim. We'll catch you later on down the log. Over.
All right, Leroy, thank you very much for coming in. We appreciate that, and we'll talk to you again real soon. 7-3, and you have a good one. That's Leroy. He's down in West Suffield, Connecticut. He is, yes, 1814 on the lifetime roster. Lifetime roster, yeah. And he is about 75 miles away from here in West Suffield, Connecticut. Let's see. Next on the list is Foxtrot question mark Lima. Go ahead. Somebody with a Lima in the call.
November 3, Charlie Alpha Lima, mobile.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cal. I think you did say you were mobile, and I put you down to the bottom. Sorry about that. How you doing, Cal?
Yeah, KA1MQ, N3CAL in the mobile. Good morning, Jim. We're doing good. On the way to the office here. Finally got the mobile installed. Hopefully it's working okay. Nice morning here in Southern Maryland, 54 degrees, and E-Cars number is 3832 for life. Let me throw it back to you to see how you copy N3CAL, Maryland.
Copy of Q5, Cal. Q5 copy, no problems. And good to hear you this morning. Have a great day on your great day at work, and enjoy yourself. Over.
Okay, Jim. QSL. Thanks for being there and picking us up. Nice listening to E-Cars on the way into work for the first time. 7-3s, N3CAL on the mobile clear.
All right, Cal. Well, it's good to hear you here on the mobile as well. I always like to hear people on their way.
For my loping nowadays. That's the attitude I guess I gotta have. Somebody's got to pay for it, and I sure hope somebody does. Continue to do that. All right, Cal, you take care, and we'll talk to you again soon. That's N3CAL. He's in Lexington Park, Maryland, on his way to work. 38-32 on the lifetime roster with an absolutely beautiful signal this morning in the mobile. First contact for him. Well, first time he's checked in with me from the mobile, so that's really great that he can do that on the way to work. All right, that brings me down to the bottom of that list. This is KA1MQ, Kilo Alpha 1 by Quebec, and this is E-Cars.
WB1, ABC.
Victor Papa. Tango Mobile.
November 9, Romeo India Victor.
Kilo 1 Echo.
All right, we're gonna stop at that list. It's playing long enough. I got ABC, BVP, VT Mobile, RIB, and ESL. The mobile stations go first. BT Mobile, go.
Good morning there, Jim. This is N3VET, November 3, Victor Echo Tango, Bruce. E-Cars 20093. While I'm on my way to work, I'm in the mobile. So everything's pretty good here today. It's 60 degrees already. It's supposed to get up to about 80.
Bruce, a little on the low side from the mobile, but we got all of that real good. You must be counting down the days when you're not going to do that anymore at that job, and going down to the cabin and just enjoy yourself for the rest of the summer. Did you get everything all set up down there? Over. Okay, great. Look forward to hearing you from down there, and good luck on the retirement, and congratulations to the YL on her, I believe, retirement as well. 7-3, I'm going to roll down the line here because it seems like it's going to be one of those kind of busy days. 7-3, Bruce, we'll talk to you again soon. Over. All right, that was N3 BET Bruce and Frederica, Delaware. Yeah, it's pronounced Delaware, not something else. 20093 on the roster, about 325 miles from there. Next on the list, ABC must have got called away to work for a moment there. Ari, how's everything on the other side of the river?
Well, everything should be good on your side of the river. I was ignored on the next call around, which was kind of interesting. A couple mobiles, and you didn't hear me at all. I'm at least 1,000 watts at you, so I thought that was kind of interesting. You can't work 75. You probably won't miss 75. You ever use that frequency, Jim?
Nah, never been on 75 in my life.
Oh boy, man, I couldn't imagine not being able to transmit on 75. So good morning to you. I don't need to hold it. Just want to say, hey, I'm out here listening to you, and everything's good. It's 57 degrees. It's up 2 degrees since I woke up. Sun is out. Should be a nice day today. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I need to read one of these books. So back to you. Thank you for doing e-cars today. Hello and good morning to all. WB1 ABC.
Well, I got you on the list the very first time, and when I called, you didn't come back. So I don't know what happened there. I did call you. I did have you on the very first list that I took. You were on that list. I can still see your name up there. Still see your call up there. So I did try, and life is beautiful on this side of the river. It's sunny, almost 60 degrees. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic day today. And we'll talk to you again real soon, Ari.
All right. Well, I'd like to believe you, but I don't. WB1 ABC out.
All right, well, that's all right. WB1 ABC, Nashua, New Hampshire, 10244 on the lifetime roster, about 8 miles from here. And we'll talk to Ari a little bit later today. Let's see, next on the list is, oh, crap, DVP. Gosh, I can't come up with your name. Why is that? Up there in Davison, Michigan. Come on in, Keith.
November Victor Papa Keith in Davison, Michigan. We've got, we're having 80 degrees here today. My gosh, something's blowing off, the top's blowing off the boiling kettle.
80 degrees today already?
Hey, everything's great.
Okay. Well, good that you guys are having great weather. I think, well, everything's supposed to be cool and calm here until the weekend, of course. Not that that matters much for me, but everything's supposed to be really nice until the weekend, and then we get some kind of, I think, rain on Saturday, which, well, that's going to be what it is. There isn't much I can do about that, so you kind of have to put up with it, Keith. Good to hear you this morning. What's the exercise of the day today? Out on your bike?
Well, I'm going to go bike riding after a while, but I'm going to get my race exercise and washing windows outside. So that's where I'm going to go. Usually I go work out, but I'm going to go do that, and I'll walk today. But tonight is dancing night, and that's the big exercise. So I want to stay a little bit, have a little bit of energy for that. Have a good day, November 8th, Victor Papa.
What kind of dancing do you do? Let's see. I'm willing to bet probably swing. Over.
Well, we go dancing and everything, if that's what you mean. We have a senior citizens dance, and we have a band there. Probably more likely a 5-piece band, and they do pretty darn good.
Contact.
Go contact.
Thank you, KC. Still here. Oh, my good friend in Davison. This is Rob Kilo, Charlie 8. Del Toledo. Good morning, neighbor.
Hey, Keith, did you hear Rob at Bay City? Keith, are you still there? NAVVP.
Scare them away.
Huh. I don't know, a radio broke or something. All right, Rob. Well, Keith, we'll talk to you later. He must have been called away by something. And you have a great day today. Sounds like a busy day. Save those legs a little bit for the dancing time. You got to be able to shake and move all about, as it were. And we'll talk to you again real soon, Keith. Good to hear you this morning. That's NAVVP Keith. He's over in Davison, Michigan. And Davison, Michigan, about 625 miles from here. Let's see, got that. Next is R.B. Bill over there in, Illinois. Davison? No, it's not Davison. Can't think of the town, Bill, but come on in.
Hey, good morning to you, Jim. Good morning to the net. This is Bill in 9RIV, and I'm in Danville, Illinois.
and roster number 9102, and it's going to be a nice day here today. We have 57 degrees right now, going up to 80, and nothing but sunshine. So we'll see what the day brings here. I'm sure I'll be outside at one point or another. So not much going on. I won't hold it. I'll turn it back to you and everybody else.